founder of Boise Staples reaching the end of one long ride. Boise Bicycle Project founder and executive director Jimmy Hallyburton is calling it a career. He announced that from the Boise Bicycle Project this morning, though his last day won't be until September, so there's still a few months to go. Jimmy founded the nonprofit 16 years ago with a mission to make Boise the bicycle capital of America. He's tried doing that by spearheading the fight against goat heads and providing people with access to bikes regardless of income. He does add, though, it's time for a new chapter. BBP has grown into more than he ever imagined, and he says it will continue to do important work well after he says goodbye. Here's Andrew Bartline.
Wow. A bicycle is made of a lot of parts, all coming together, equating to a complete sum.
The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, that's for sure.
The Boise Bicycle Project's known that to be true. Now, for 16 years, finally anticipating a position change in the peloton by losing an integral part.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Founder Jimmy Hallyburton is stepping off the pedals.
After 16 years of the Boise Bicycle Project, I'm planning on retiring at the end of September.
He declared the war on goat heads. He answered thousands of holiday wish lists, all part of the chain to reach the final goal.
We had a vision of transforming Boise into the bicycle capital of America. Again, a place where everyone had a bike, the ability to get it fixed up, and amazing places to ride in every single neighborhood.
You probably thought about this a while, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about what my transition and succession plan at BBP is going to be for years and years and years. I started this place when I was 25 years old. There's nothing that I love more than BBP and the people that are involved with it, and so I wanted to make sure that whenever I did leave, that I left it in a really, really good spot.
Because the part about how it started goes back to his days fighting wildfires.
Yeah, Brian Anderson and I, he's the other co-founder. We were both firefighters. We worked on the Idaho City Hot Shots, and I remember the day that we came up with the idea for BBP. It was on the Castle Rock fire up in Sun Valley. It had been 2 weeks of intense firefighting. It finally slowed down, and we started talking about our backgrounds.
They shared a childhood love for bicycles. They had the skill set to repair them.
There was a large amount of our community who couldn't afford a bike or couldn't afford to get their bicycle fixed up and saw this gap in the community.
Jimmy had all the parts.
When you don't like the way that things are, the way around you, you can complain about them. You cannot do anything about it and just put up with it, or you can figure out how can I personally do something about this. For me, it was building a bike, giving it away to a kid.
Part after part, bike after bike, year after year. But it's more than that.
It is more than a bike. As much as we love bicycles, what we really love is what a bicycle can connect people to.
Which tends to be a connection with each other.
I kind of joke around sometimes that I'm the biggest beneficiary of BBP because I've gotten to interact with thousands and thousands of people over all these years that have taught me new things or inspired me by the work that they've done.
And these people, they make up the Bicycle Project. They're the ones making the mission possible.
That's how you actually make positive change happen.
That's how Jimmy built BBP, where he himself is just a single part of a greater whole.
We've seen that happen at BBP by getting people involved, leveraging their strengths, and letting them be part of something that's bigger than themselves. And I think that's what BBP is.
Hallyburton's official last day is September 29th. They will start to look for a new executive director here shortly. Hallyburton says he has prepared a long time for this and has a strong transition plan in place to phase into the next chapter. And he says, Brian, he's now excited to volunteer at these events with the Bicycle Project and be the one that's maybe taking orders from the people he originally hired and serve the community in a little bit of a different way and still be involved, but not be on the board or not be employed or anything like that. He's more interested in a volunteer role now.
Yeah, thousands of people he's met, but the thousands and thousands of bikes that they've given away and given that freedom to kids.
And I know you've done a lot of stories on that too.
It's an amazing project, and yeah, hopefully they'll find somebody soon to keep it going, and you know it will, because there's a lot of people involved with it now that would love to just keep it going.
They have months for the search.
All right, thanks, Andrew.